Welcome to the December version of EXO Consortium. This is where we bring leading ET organizations together to share their news, to share their projects, and welcome you guys into those projects in collaboration, etc. So my name is Zenka Caro. I'm from LightNet, where we help you experience something extraordinary. I'm wearing my worst, best, ugly Christmas sweater, right? We had a clothing swap here in Sedona, which was absolutely brilliant. Everyone brought clothes to a central location. Everybody tried on stuff and everybody walked away with new gear that was free to them, new to them, and exciting. So it's a really great economic hack that we really enjoyed. I'm going to ask the presenters tonight what they're asking for Christmas. And I gave myself a present. Someone recommended this book called Nothing in This Book is True, but It's Exactly How Things Are. And I just loved the title, and it's all about some of the mysteries. It's got sacred geometry stuff. I got my blur, it's not working, but yeah, all these different ideas. The Philadelphia experiment, all about the pyramids, everything like that. So this is like the book of hidden knowledge, and I'll be excited to curl up by the fire with that this holiday season. So if you want, you can type into the chat what you are wishing for this holiday season, right in the chat. And thank you for subscribing to New Realities, supporting Alan, and also to LightNet. We welcome you also to come on, present your work. What are you working on? What's coming alive in you? You can email us at team@lightnet.org to do that. So I'm going to be talking a little bit today about what we have going on this weekend. We are doing a light language conference, and we have the professor that's leading the charge here on the call today, Carla. This conference is going to be completely in light language. There's going to be no English. All the presenters are going to be introduced in light language. All the presenters are going to be talking from 2 to 5 to 10 minutes long in light language. What we realized when we did this in our ET Contact Lab, we had a light language class, which I ended up signing up for because I said, man, I'm so left brain and so constricted. I want to be free. And what we realized that it's even more powerful than music, which is pretty powerful, right? Light languages affects you in your nervous system, in your higher self. I mean, we had people crying, I would get goosebumps. My hair would stand on end. It was like amazing. And one of the things that we really want to invite the world to do is try this, right? So it was one thing to listen to someone do light language, and it was another thing to awaken that ability within ourselves. And I want to play you a 1-minute video of our team. Now, these are people who've never done light language. Well, not all of them actually, but a lot of them had never done light language. So I'm going to play this little clip, which is going to be talking about what we're doing on Sunday. It's a free conference for you guys. Oh, whoops, let me share the audio. That would be good, right? Here we go. Even though light language is very oh, this is the wrong video. Sorry, guys. Let me play this. That'll help. Here we go.
Ai jondo undi ko nda kai trekking ko kai trotol ko.
So yeah, you guys, that is a free registration. It's happening this Sunday. And we'll bring Carla up next, and she's leading the charge on this. But we're going to shower you guys with the holiday message, not in English, in the language of the stars, in the language of our higher selves, in the language of our deeper knowing. And it's going to be really lovely and supportive. You can go to lightnet.org/light language conference, and you can sign up there to get in the Zoom. We're going to have an after party, which will be in English. So there's a few quick other things I wanted to announce. We are doing community calls for you guys to meet each other. I just lost the screen here. Wow, everything's really wacky tonight. Okay, well, anyway, you just go to lightnet/connection, and that's where you can come once a month and find other people like you that want to talk about this stuff, that are experiencers, that are, you know, handling expansion in their lives. And this is really a chance for you guys to come together and meet people. We had a great group last time. Everyone really enjoyed it, and it was amazing. So we're also, I just want to say, we're also going to have Garrett Duncan has agreed to come into this light language conference. And if you don't know him, he's incredible. So you're in for a real treat. And then finally, I just want to share that we're closing out our season 2 tomorrow with all of our contact teams from season 2. We had 3 teams entirely all make contact. Every single person in those teams made contact. This was the remote viewing team, the light language team, and the radio team. Every single person made contact. And in the channeling team, there was only one person that didn't make contact. So we have Adrian here to talk about that. So we have the model of you learn and then you teach other people. And now we have almost 16 different labs, contact labs starting. Channeling crop circles by Natty, which we're super excited about. Jesselyn is leading the Intuition Accelerator. Joy is doing clearing energy blocks. We've got remote viewing again by Alan. That's almost sold out. So if you're interested in that, jump in. Lucid Dreaming by Ashley Lee, which is going to be amazing. Energy Elevation by Rico. And Rico's like, I can't come tonight, but tell him it's like Jedi training. Okay, great. Because it really is. She's going to take you through Tibetan yoga and all these different amazing different techniques that you might not have been exposed to that really raise your vibration. When you speak with ATs, you're actually raising your vibration high enough that they can speak back. We have light language again by Carlos coming up next. Telepathy led by Laura, who's also on this call tonight. She's going to talk about herself and what she's going to teach you guys. We have ham radios with me. Astrology with Leo. They went off planet. They astral traveled to planets. I mean, it was incredible. We have a kids thing. And we also have a new one, making contact through drawing. A lot of these are new. And April's also here on the call. She's going to talk about her incredible new book about orbs that she was guided to create. So this is great. So if you want to give a gift where people are really having an experience, you want to elevate someone's life or your own, this is, we're going to be starting at the end of January, beginning of February. It's $199, 8 weeks, a tiny group where really there's a lot of love and support for you guys to take your life to the next level. So that's lightnet.org. You can check that out. So Carla, I'm going to bring you up next. How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing so good. It's so good to see everybody in our UFO community, all these different, I love how Zenka, how you worded it. We're syncing up all our different parts of the communities, which is so needed. I just want to share that it's so good that we're alchemizing, for lack of a better word, what we're doing. And I just want to share that my family and I were in Joshua Tree in an Airbnb, and we're in the desert. And there's a lot, usually the stars are amazing. I'm coming from LA, so this is a big difference. It's amazing out here to be in the desert. I just want to share that, I just want to validate that the price points for these teams for what we do, there's really not a price point that you could calculate the value. I've taken over 4 or 5 teams, and I've had more spiritual growth than I've ever had, and I'm 48. So there's just numbers don't match what we are achieving, and the contact that we're making with our star families is it's very monumental, for lack of a better word. And I'm very grateful to be a part of this. I want to stay with the light language. At a personal level, it's changed my life. I've become much healthier, much kinder, much more patient. And that I like what Zenka said, that experiencing, it's an experiential phenomenon. It's one thing to hear it, but when you hear the tones exit your being, and from my perspective, we're making contact with our star families, and that we're communing in a way, and we're communicating at their levels, that we just go up, we just elevate and rise up with light language. And the format that LightNet uses is very practical. Zenka can point out that the first day in our class, nearly everybody was able to have light language exit their mouth by the end of the class. And it was either 1 or 2 miraculous healings. It depends on how you take it. We had some physical healings that took place that we weren't expecting that to happen. It's a pretty special phenomenon. And I really want to tout Sunday's Light Language Conference. It's really going to be something special. And I've already gotten downloads from star people in galactic languages I'm not familiar with. So I'm excited for Sunday. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I feel it's going to be just something really special. I really invite you all. What's nice is Zenka's offering it at no charge. It's open to the public. You don't have to be a member of LightNet for this, for Sunday. And I thank you, Zenka, for doing that. I want to say it's really generous. Thank you. And she's done a lot of the legwork. I really thank you, with humility.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you. You were like a standout guide for the teams. You know, you were doing CE5s. Like, I mean, it was just like your knowledge spilled out onto all of us, and you were able to wire us up to our star families. It was so great. So we're so honored.
You.
Part of LightNet, and what you're doing is absolutely incredible. So thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for everything you're doing.
Thank you.
There'll be lucky people in your group. This is probably the last time we're going to offer the teams at this price. So if you're wavering on this season, it's probably the season 3 is the last time it'll be so accessible. So yeah.
I want to add a parallel thing to that about the pricing. I've taken several Monroe Institute courses that rival in the thousands of dollars, and I have garnered more from the LightNet in terms of spiritual and consciousness expansion. And by the way, I really speak highly of Monroe Institute. It's where I started. So LightNet has really got some, I just call it like a lightning bolt type of something going on that's really special. And I thank you, Zenka, for offering it such an affordable price. As long as you could, this is a steal. Yeah,
that's awesome. And we'll continue to do that as much as possible. We're a nonprofit. We want to make it accessible. We also want to pay our guides really well. We want to grow everything. But this is your chance to learn by doing. This is not listening to someone just talk. This is a chance for you to jump in there. And I'm bringing up April, who's doing a new program with us and just launched a new book. Tell us about your book.
Oh, thank you, Zenka. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let me just change my virtual background here. Yeah. Okay. On December 3rd, I was in my studio. I have a lot of photos of all sorts of phenomena. And I have a website. I've been posting them as a photo blog, and I've been organizing my photos. And then it just came to me that I had to make a lot of these photos available on a wider, even though the internet is wide world net, people are taking photos of orbs, I found out, and they're not sharing them. They're not sure what they're seeing. Maybe they should be afraid. And I want to reassure people that that's not the case. And so I took over 60 photos from my own personal collection. I physically have always been able to see orbs and such with my naked eye. And so I started recording 2016, 2017 photos. I have a lot. And yeah, it's really exciting to share. I can share some of the photos even. Maybe.
Yeah, that's great. Go ahead. You can share screen and do that.
Let me see. Oh, let me try this again. I think it works better if you open the file, right? Open. Forgive me. Share. Oh, here. Share. Found it. Now it feels so bad. Okay. Can you see? What are you seeing?
Yeah, we're seeing your whole file structure. So yeah, if you double click, I think we'll be in.
There we go. Okay. So this is an example of golden orb.
Double click.
Is it not large?
Not large, yeah.
Oh, let me try again. It's large on my screen.
You might be sharing a different window.
I'll stop share. How about that? Okay. I'll try.
Yeah, you could try it one more time. So just share screen and then pick a different window maybe, or all desktop.
Here.
Oh, there you go. We got it. Perfect.
Okay. So I do one photo at a time. So this is a torsion orb, and it's not very big. And Carla looks like she's seen one of these, and it's got quite a distinct movement to it. And I'm really happy to be able to get a photo. And they're really color. And that's one thing about orbs. They can be indoors, they could be in the sky, they could be in your backyard. And there's such a variety. They could be many different colors. They can be shapes, but generally we don't know what they are. And it's they call it a paranormal, a supernatural. I think, we're starting to be able to identify more of what's in our environment. So I'm really happy about that. It's available. I put it together and it was available worldwide in less than 24 hours from the idea. So it was like amazing. I am really super happy to join LightNet as one of the what do you call us? Team? Yes. So we're going to be doing drawing, making contact through drawing. I can teach people how to draw, and it's really a rewarding skill for everyone to learn. You get to learn to be more observant. And I think that's partly why I'm able to get orb photos, because I am more observant. And definitely in drawing, you will increase your psychic skills. I find drawing is really, really a wonderful skill to have. It allows you to tap into non-local consciousness, I think. At least I can. So we're going to dive deep into Leonardo da Vinci's mind mapping techniques in the class. We're going to show simple tools. I had a class for experiencers in November, and I had one student, she claimed she could not draw whatsoever, and she's whipping out all these beautiful drawings to go with her book of her experiences. So that's a wonderful, wonderful, it makes me feel good, I guess you could say. So yeah, so 8 weeks with LightNet. It's going to be fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I also have another class in January specifically for the experiencer, and you can find that information on my website. I think that's everything that I'm doing, I think. Oh, I'm a visual artist. I live on Vancouver Island, and I'm doing this great big painting of the blue sacred flame, and I'm going to enter it into a contest. So I can't show the final because part of the contest rules is you can't show it in advance. and it's the Salt Spring Island. They have this wonderful contest, and the artists actually win $10,000 as juried nationally. So fingers crossed. I want to go to France.
That's great. Awesome. Good luck, April. You know, you can find her at aprilcottondick.com, and we're going to put her link in the chat so you can check her out. You can check out her art, her book. We'll also put the link to her book in the chat. And then if you want to sign up for a course, you go to lightnet.org and go to Make ET Contact. So next we're going to bring out John Martin. Now, John Martin is incredible. He can... he has, if you go to his YouTube, it's just like entire reams and reams of videos of clouds of light ships. I mean, he walks out there and they just appear. And he's taught us in other courses just really how to open your heart to the music, to the love, and see them. And he has a new book out. So thought we'd put you next to celebrate another author here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Zinka. It's such a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And you are such an important part of my journey. I want you to know that. Early on, I sent you one of my early videos, and you gave it the gravitas I felt that it deserved, and you introduced me to Mark Sims, and it just took off from there. My book is called The Universe Loves You, and I questioned if that was the name it should be. I was thinking maybe The Loving Universe, and said very clearly that's not what we said. It's The Universe Loves You, and it's very clear with all of the beautiful interchanges I have with our star family. And Whitley Strieber's writing the foreword. He actually just sent it to me, and it's a beautiful foreword to my book. I've got another friend that's doing the frontispiece, which is a beautiful piece of art that represents a lot of my symbols that our star family have given me over the years. And the book is my history with our star family, and it's also a guide for anyone interested in growing their own relationship with the universe. And I'm very excited about it. And it will be on Amazon. It's an ebook initially because there's a number of hyperlinks that connect to my YouTube channels and my TikTok and other places online with my interview with Whitley and a lot of things with Scott Thomas that you made possible for me, Zinka. And I'm so grateful for everything that you are doing. For just your work is just such a great inspiration to me, and I thank you for that. I've got a small compilation video I could show just a few minutes of if you'd like.
Yeah, go for it.
See if I can share here. Okay. That's not that one. This thing's ever absolutely beautiful. Wow. Is it sharing yet? Thank you, my friends. How absolutely.
No, it isn't.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
These beautiful higher dimensional beings that come in. They're in their light bodies often like this. I'll have structured craft that come. And it's just such a great honor to interact with our star family in this way. Thank you. Hey, my dear friend. So beautiful. My goodness, you're so beautiful tonight. Wow. Oh, that's great. Hey, beautiful one. My goodness. Gorgeous. Hey. They're very interactive, and the loving energy they send you is just so awe-inspiring to me.
So incredible, wonderfully done. Wow.
They will often stage themselves, and I think this is, oh, there's a couple of them there.
Oh, there's two. Oh, how gorgeous. Wow. So awesome, friends. Beautifully done. Wow. That was great. Thank you, sweet friend. You're so awesome. Absolutely great. So amazing.
And they coordinate with each other often.
Wow. I'm a chorus.
And this next one's one of my favorites, and we'll stop after that.
Absolutely great. Beautifully done. Thank you. Gorgeous. Hey, my friend. I love
This
you.
was all, within just a minute of each other.
So good to see you. Oh, this was how wonderful. Wonderfully done, friends. Thank you. Gorgeous. Just absolutely amazing. Look at that. Thank you.
Oh, it took a curve there.
Yes. You're really doing it tonight. Thank you. That is the most amazing.
I consider these CE6, where it goes beyond just observation. It's an active interaction between the intelligences and myself. I've tried to just create as warm and loving a relationship as I can with our star family, and they are so ready for us to do this, Zinka, and that's the thrust of my book. I spoke with President Carter in Toledo, Spain, a number of years prior about his UFO experience, and I shared mine, which was just a single event that had happened when I was a teenager. And between that and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where music was used as a communication tool, and I put those two pieces together. I'm a classically trained guitarist, and so I sat on my deck and I began playing music to the universe and sending out love and positive thought at the same time. I've played on my deck for many years, but never with that single intent. And as soon as I did that, the craft started coming in, a beautiful purple craft with a pink ring around the bottom of the bell came over my home. I had 4 craft that came. They were in 2 sets of 2 a couple days later. And then about a week after that, a cross shape and a crescent shaped craft came over. And they were burnished metal. They were the size of office buildings at a 45-degree angle. And they said, please don't take our picture. We'll give you something you could take a picture of. And about 10 days after that, I received my first aeroglyph, which was a beautiful heart-shaped cloud that they made for me. And they said they would give me something that I could take a picture of. And they were true to their word, and they've been that way ever since. I have many of these interactions with our star family. And each year is, each year has its own little qualities to it, and they curate the experience. And I highly recommend everybody to try. And that's the thrust of my book. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, John. And be sure to drop a link in there so people can find it. That is amazing. Now, did you guys hear what's happening? He's saying that he sent loving intentions out in the universe, and then he's got ships showing up. He also was feeling grateful for being connected to other people. So those are 2 things that I want you to do in this holiday season, in this month coming up. Connect your people to other people, right? This is where the synchronicities start to happen, and where people find their people that they need. And empower yourself. These 2 people just published books, to tell their story, to spread this word. It's so important. So when, holidays are not always easy. We're around different energies, different things. I encourage you to invite people that are not in your family over for the meal. You know what I mean? Mix that friends and family vibe. And when you go to bed at night, send love out. This is a hard time for a lot of people. So go ahead and let your heart overflow when you go to bed and share that, because it will make a difference. It totally will make a difference. I'm going to bring Michael up now to share his work, and then we're going to hit Sylvain in Thailand. I don't know what time it is there. Maybe we should call you first, but you guys are both in far reaches of the universe, of the world. So how's it been going with you, Michael?
It's been good. I've just moved house and it totally turned everything upside down, as it does, but I'm just back in flow again, and wanted to announce an event coming up just after your light language one at 5 o'clock PST on Sunday. We're doing a Beyond Christmas #2 for 2022. Can I share screen?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Oh, goody. Okay, here we go. And last year we attempted a mammoth 8 hours, but this time it's only 2 to 3 hours. It'd probably end up being a full 3 hours. And I'm featuring Fire the Grid. And that all of what we've been talking about is very much related to Fire the Grid. And I'll just jump down here. If you don't know about them, please go to this page, beyondbeinghuman.org/BC22. And there's links and things to all of the various speakers and presenters. And it's going to be like a Christmas party. I'm calling it an angelic extravaganza. And that's because we've got a few of the Earth Angels, Cat Divine, and also Antoinette Sampson, and I haven't put her in the index as yet. She is the director of The Peace Angels, which is a documentary that I did, it's a long time ago, 2011. And it's one of the pieces of work that I'm most proud of. I watch it quite regularly, and it still brings me to tears even. But just wanted to let you know about that, but also what I've been up to. Can you see that still?
Yeah, we can. Yep.
So just a couple of days ago, we did this panel with Grant Cameron, Desta Barnaby, and a bunch of musos, and it was amazing. And this particular topic, John will respond to, I'm sure, and any other musicians. I mean, this topic is so incredibly rich, where our musical history is involving our galactic family in all sorts of different ways that the public usually doesn't get to hear about. But I think now is the time for them to hear about it. I was trying to get John Anderson, and I will still keep trying to get him, but not an easy person to contact. And this panel is based on this book that Grant and did a while ago now. The other thing is, also a few weeks ago, we did an Asian Ufology Today discussion panel, and Linda Matouche, who's a filmmaker and one of our flight crew now, did an interview with Greg Sullivan, and we then extended it further to some of his friends in Asia about ufology, what's going on. It was really, really interesting. And we're going to do probably another one early next year as well, just on this particular topic. But also, I wanted to mention again about the membership. So we've got a offer with LightNet. Thank you, Zenka. And I'm really glad to be very much part of LightNet in being able to offer this. And so you can go to beyondbeinghuman.org/engage or just /membership, and you will come to this. And the Beyond Christmas 2022 will have a small charge to it, but anybody who's a member of either Beyond Being Human or LightNet, I'm going to extend it to that, can come on in. They just need to email me. And if they want to make a donation, that's great too. But, you know, I'm just opening the doors for that. So that's about me for now.
Great. Thank you so much, Michael. You've got so many good things brewing, and I love that you also have, you know, you're tapping the Asian, you know, world as well. You know, it's like we're starting to find our counterparts in Europe and Asia, and we've got now Sylvain weaving in Thailand. Let us know about that, Sylvain. Thank you so much, Michael. And good luck on the Christmas show. It sounds amazing. Beyond Christmas, awesome. At beyondbeinghuman.org.
Yeah, so so it happens that I am in Asia now. So there you go. Segue. So I represent the Alliance for Extraterrestrial Diplomatic Contact in these meetings. So it's a pleasure for me, Zenka, and those others in attendance to produce an update on activities. So our mandate as the Alliance is to create an official diplomatic center. So we're talking about an embassy in the eyes of humanity, right, on Earth, which requires a lot of discussions with political entities and people, because the rules for official diplomacy for human beings centers around the United Nations, foreign affairs departments at a national level, and of course a document called the Vienna Convention that lays out the rules, the human rules for diplomatic contact, and we're following that path. Now, I've explained this before in previous, so I'm giving additional context to those of you who haven't heard me speak about the Alliance. Our star friends and people looking down at us from everywhere in the cosmos, they don't need an embassy to make contact with us, right? That we are making contact with them on a consistent basis from a personal level. The effort here is to have the layer that what we call the leadership layer of our different nations that control a lot of the messaging media and things like that with the general population, to have them embrace the idea of contact and welcoming contact with extraterrestrials. And doing that means following the internationally recognized rules and regulations, which is why we're using Vienna Convention, the United Nations, and the concept of diplomacy and diplomatic missions. Right, so that is the context of why we're taking this approach. All you people are doing grassroots work, like working with individuals, opening up minds, awakening conscientious people on the planet Earth. And that is super helpful to the diplomatic aspects that we're working on, because lo and behold, most countries work in some form of democracy. And if people want to see certain things more than anything else, then the politicians follow suit. Therefore, what you guys are doing is actually influencing what we're doing at the political level. The openness and the willingness to talk about ETs is because there's a groundswell of interest from the populace about knowing, disclosure movements, being more positive about contact versus the fearful. more protective stance. That's all kind of meshed together, right? So we're all working together towards the same goal ultimately. Now, regarding progress, because every month there's something happening. Like right now we are 19 organizations, nearly 600,000 supporters of the Alliance idea of an ET embassy. And I'd like to invite, if there's any organizations out there that are not supportive. Yes, well, there's one behind me, but I can probably share some pics, but give me a sec. I'll get to it, to screen share in a moment. If there's any organizations that want to support us and bring some weight to the politics of what we're doing, then contact me, and
Oh, wait, Sylvain, you went mute.
Yeah, I just muted myself for some reason, but yeah, I just put my contact information. So if you leave an organization, or if you want to connect us to an organization, contact me here, and it out as to our cloud. And regarding news, we will have a new entry. Let me share a screen here, and I will share pictures like Zenka asked. That. So this is our website, the Alliance webpage. Okay, our network, you have all these wonderful organizations. Some of them are ET research, some of them are social groups, some of them are media. Like there's a variety. The Galactic Alliance is here. Beyond Being Human is here, from all over the world, and we're adding more. Now we'll be adding for the first time a MUFON group. You may be familiar with MUFON. Like MUFON South Africa specifically will be adding itself here in the next couple of days. And I can't really talk about another organization. It's a much more high profile organization that they've asked us not to talk about our relationship until April next year, because of delicate work they're doing in Europe that is very, very in line with what we're doing. They're actually got a little bit forward with the United Nations. So we're working with them to bring the equivalent of a bill at the United Nations to discuss about, well, what are we going to do to prepare for official contact with diplomats, with ETs, brought at the United Nations. So there's stuff going on that we're doing, and other organizations that are connected now with us that are doing, and the name of this organization will be revealed in a few months, and will be part of the support network, most likely at the Alliance. So just so to say that there is a lot of positive movement, and in a few months, most likely there will be mainstream media talking about high-level discussions about being ready to make contact. Not the usual diatribe of, well, let's talk about national defense and how do we protect each other from these unknown things, but about like, hey, let's prepare to have a dialogue, right? With officials and us, like humanity, like all nations kind of being organized and agreeing on the protocols of such contact. And of course, there's going to be the concept of building an embassy, which we already raised funds for, and we're in contact with multiple nations about that. So that's the excitement of the last month. 2023, I can tell you, will be mind-blowing from our perspective because of what I just said there. It's high likelihood that there's going to be a mass media reveal of this intent from the national level to welcome ETs, essentially. So exciting. Oh, you wanted to have pictures, huh? Okay, well, you have to see. You'll have to look at my desktop. Let me get to it, Zenka. I'm going to show you pictures of the embassy on request. Deep in my folders. Oh gosh.
While you're finding that, I just want to say, in our Avi Loeb interview, we found out that 2/3 of the United States believe in ETs, which is more than believe in God. So 50% believe in God. You've got 2/3 believing in ETs. And so, like you said, we just have to put the pressure as citizens of what we want. And so this is coming next. It's so exciting.
Yeah, but that's okay. Now it's not responding. Damn it. Okay, there you go. All right, so some pictures. I'm just gonna make them big. These are just some of the concepts. This is design. So the idea of the concept is partly DNA. You see the intertwining concept of the donut shape here, and also a little bit of flower shape, like a little lotus flower kind of design. From different views here, and there's a pool. And can I have interior views? Yeah, like inside is a nice, clean, modern design and high ceilings. These are all built in 3D, of course, but also the blueprints are available for a developer that would be able to build this. Most of the material is modern materials. Some of it is marble, but a lot of it is composites, from what I could gather. So blueprints, funds are ready to go, or advanced discussions with national leaders, and a proposal at the United Nations being ready to go on the floor. Not official quite yet. I'm going to hear the word from our colleagues in Europe that are preparing it, but it's something that's being approved by a nation in Europe to go, because they're the ones that can put something on the floor in the UN. It has to be a nation that is part of the UN that has a seat there. And once that happens, it's going to be open and official, that there's going to be a discussion at the UN level about this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Wow, that's so exciting. So yeah, you guys, look, this is happening. This is happening in 2023. So this is the last moments of 2022 to reflect on what happened, what we've been through, how strong we are. And I know we're seeing with AI, like all this AI stuff's coming up. You can write we asked the open AI system to write a song about bananas and Christmas, and you know what I mean? So all this stuff is accelerating, everything, cultural icons like ET embassies, it's all accelerating. So just breathe. That's going to help you through this. I have Adrian coming up next, and we have Laura also here, who's a beloved member of LightNet, who's going to be teaching the telepathy course. She's a complete powerhouse, and I'm excited that she's here tonight. I'm going to bring Adrian up from Awaken World to talk about what he's got going on in his life and his company and everything. So welcome, Adrian.
Thanks, Anka. It's good to be here as always. So I'm just fresh off my second class with LightNet. We just finished it up, I think a week ago, I think. And it was awesome. So we had a big class, oversold. And, pretty much everyone who showed up to the class and stayed, kept coming, was channeling. By the end, there's a ton of group practice. I got channelings from the different students, and they were awesome. They were like, asked the same questions to everyone and got basically the same answers back, things that they would not know about. And just the feedback was great, so I'm just really happy to be part of it, and to continue, to be part of it. As far as what's going on with me and Awaken, so I'm the founder of Awaken World. It's a website that is basically where there's a lot of different channeled messages all in one place. We have hundreds of channeled messages that are cut up. We make nice videos, nice audio, and where you can sort of digest all this information. There's a community online, and we have some of the videos for free on the website, and then we have hundreds of videos available inside for $11 a month, and we just keep adding to it, and you're part of that community. And one thing that we are doing sort of new this, sort of this month, being in the holiday season, is we're updating our YouTube page, and we're going to start bringing out a lot more of those channelings and putting them up there for free. So I'll just share my screen to show you what these two sites look like in case you're interested in channeled messages. Okay. So we have our Awaken page here. I'm going to share the link for those are Awakened YouTube. So let me do that real quick here. So this is a cool place if you want to see what channeling is, what it's like. I think we have maybe 50 or 60 videos up here that are for free. and we're going to be adding more in the coming weeks. And these are all channeled from different beings, from councils, from star families, different channelers. I personally channel a lot of them, and it's just really cool, right? And then we have Awaken right here, and we have different services on Awaken. We have the database and the community where there's hundreds of channeled messages. That's under this link right here. We have some free channelings that are here. And you can also get private sessions with different channelers right from the site. You can book a session, do a one-on-one. So I'll just share these two links, and I invite everyone to go check it out. You know, channeling is it's pretty awesome as a spiritual practice. It's a way to connect with your guides very quickly and develop, you know, a relationship, a conversation with them. The channeling that we teach at LightNet is a type of divine channeling. It's more in line with sort of your higher self and the source. And we teach you a deep way to go in and experience it, not just the words, but you can see your guides, meet them, commune with them for yourself, and then eventually bring that out and channel it verbally, written, stuff like that. So channeling has been a big adventure for me, which started maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I had an ET experience, actually, that woke me up pretty quickly. So I think that's about it. Is there any questions for me, Zanka, that I didn't cover?
Thank you. That's amazing. You know, so one of the volunteers at LightNet who's been helping us with all the certs and stuff, she's like, Zenka, can I get a channel from you? And I was like, yes. And can you fill out the feedback form from Adrian? So one of the assets of taking Adrian's classes, you get to do 20 channelings for friends and people on Facebook and other things to practice even deeper your skills. And then you can go and feel confident at being a channel, charging money for it. And so it's really, you know, really pushing people into a new career, into a new way of life, into a new way to support with love the people around them, their friends, people on the internet. So I feel the same way. It was astounding, just the students like channeling for me. And I was like, oh, that is so accurate. Like,
yeah, I mean, I love it every time because it's like I get free channelings and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, and it's really fun, you know, and we do aim to, in that 8 weeks, it's pretty intense, but the students do come out where they could charge money if they want to, you know, and we teach them a pretty cool method to do that. So.
Yeah, it's incredible. So thanks so much for sharing your wisdom with the world. You know, you've been channeling for a long time. You've spent thousands and thousands of dollars learning it and thousands of hours on the pillows at your house, just meditating and learning it. So I was so grateful when people like you step forward to say, hey, I'm going to pass it a baton. You know what I mean? So thank you so much. And if you want to sign up for his group, you can go to lightnet.org/register, and also we encourage you to check out awaken.world and also the new YouTube. That's going to be amazing. Can't wait for that to happen. So yeah. So the last person I'm going to bring up tonight is Laura. Laura's been part of LightNet for a while. I've been in a couple classes with her. I feel totally quantumly entangled with her in so many amazing ways. And she's going to be teaching she was part of our community connection call last time. She shared her story and it was really great. And she's going to be joining us as a guide, which I'm so excited about. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you, Zenka. Oh, I'm so excited. I want to take all of the classes. I think they all sound so amazing. And LightNet has been such a wonderful community to discover. I just love how all of the guides are we're so doing the same thing. We're all in the same purpose. We just kind of overlap things, you know? I just love that because it just means we're so all on the same page. So I'll just tell you a little bit about me. So yes, I am a Reiki master, an energy work practitioner, an artist and designer. So that's sort of been my background for 20 plus years. And I am so excited to be doing this telepathy class. I think it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a discovery. It's going to be opening our minds and working in a way that we don't normally work in this everyday regular 3D world. And mainly we're going to be working on expanding and accessing the right brain. And we're going to do that with drawing techniques. We're going to do active meditations. We're going to do energy work. And I'm really hoping we're going to get some psychometry in, which will be interesting because we're doing this all virtually. So we're going to try a lot. The whole thing about this, which is so in line with LightNet, is that it is self-directed learning. It's experiential. It's not a left brain way of learning, but it is an experiential self-directed learning. And I just see, what is psychometry? Well, psychometry is sort of picking up information through holding an object, say, in your hand. So we're receiving messages from all different ways: channeling, telepathy, all sorts of things. Psychometry is accessing the energy through touch. So that's what that's about. So yeah, so we're going to do this though in a very safe and loving group together. We are going to make sure we understand safe boundaries, proper boundaries for navigating 3D and other realms together, so that we can explore telepathy safely. And we're going to do this with humans in the group together, and we're going to do this. We're going to explore the idea of telepathy with animals. And of course, what we're all here in LightNet doing is contact with ETs. And I don't know, I mean, what more do we have contact with ETs than telepathy? If you've experienced or you've heard about abductee experiences, and when they come in contact with beings, their communication, they're getting wonderful messages from these beings and insights, and their mouths are not moving. There is no talking, there is no this. It is completely telepathic. And the deep insights that are received, it's just not a linear way of, like, it's just telepathic. So that's what we want to explore and experiment with, and self-learn. And it's something that's within us all. Our brains have it, and we just we're just gonna play and have some fun with it.
That sounds so amazing. I loved hearing about all the different techniques to get us, to over into this other side where we're picking up all this intuition. And I can tell you right now, it's so cool, because you're going to be able to use this in every area of your life. You know what I mean? Where you start to become more telepathic with everything. We were doing telepathy with objects and companies, and it was so interesting. Like, there is a way to communicate beyond, with pets, like you said. Like, how interesting, right? So this is a really amazing skill, and too bad it got turned off when we were little kids, because I think we all kind of have it underneath there. And you can send T-mails. It's actually called like love messages to your friends and loved ones, and it works. So I'm so glad you're going to handhold us into that exploration, Laura. I've been a fan of yours ever since I was in remote viewing with Alan, because you were the most accurate in the whole class. We're like, oh my gosh, Laura is off the hook. So we're also, just like I said to Adrian, we're so pleased that you're going to be sharing your wisdom with the world. And it sounds like an incredible experience. is going to get people through a lot of different techniques. So thank you so much, Laura. So that ends it for December's, broadcast for the EXO Consortium. This is ET organizations from all over the world coming to share their projects, their excitement, their news. If you'd like to present, you can email me at team@lightnet.org. And we hope that you have a graceful holiday. Count those blessings and breathe through, and make sure to send people love that you come in contact with over the holidays. It's a stressful time for some people. And if you're feeling good, you can share your love with them. And if you're not feeling good, share your own love with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. So yeah. So we'll see you in 2023, third Thursday of the month. Thanks so much for being here tonight.